Each time the Lib Dems win a by-election, their leader Ed Davey brings along a prop.
In Cheshire and Amersham, I had an orange mallet and a blue wall. In North Shropshire, we had a pin to burst Boris's bubble.
In Tiverton and Honiton in Devon, he went for something equally unsubtle.
It's time to show Boris the door.
These Lib Dem activists revelling after overturning a majority of almost 25,000 in this once solidly Conservative seat. Around 250 miles north in the constituency of Wakefield that the Tories only took in 2019, Labour activists were celebrating another victory. Keir Starmer replacing at least one brick in the red wall.
The Tory party is absolutely imploding. They know they're out of ideas and they're out of touch.
It was a double blow that led the Conservative Party's chairman, Oliver Dowden, to unexpectedly resign, writing, "Our supporters are distressed and disappointed by recent events, and I share their feelings. We cannot carry on with business as usual. Somebody must take responsibility." The Prime Minister replied, "While I understand your disappointment, the government was elected with an historic mandate just over 2 years ago to unite and level up."
I'm not going to pretend these are brilliant results. We've got to listen, we've got to learn. But it wasn't that long ago, only just over a year ago, that we won a spectacular by-election victory. When people are finding it tough, they send messages to politicians.
So what message were voters in this rural Devon constituency sending? First, a sense of neglect, like the lack of funding for Tiverton's dilapidated high school, seen as a symbol of Tories ignoring loyal voters in the south of England.
Over the last 2 years, there's been 100 decisions for schools in other constituencies. Only 2 of those are in the southwest. And, we're worried that the funding for these schools are going to red wall constituencies.
But clearly, Partygate and leadership played a huge role in this result.
It's basically showing Boris that people are fed up with him.
Have you voted Conservative in the past?
Always. Never again. Well, not while he's Prime Minister.
Similar anger may explain why as many as 10,000 Labour supporters may have switched too.
I voted for the Lib Dems.
Why?
Because it would ensure that the Tories would be ousted.
Clearly this is a huge win for the Lib Dems. They are here celebrating in the middle of Tiverton. But what cabinet ministers I've spoken to today say is that they have seen this all before. By-election losses mid-term and then the Tories still winning in the general election.
But exclusive analysis from YouGov shows voters are deserting the Tories across the southwest, threatening 15 constituencies, including the one held by Environment Secretary George Eustace.
It is a marginal seat and always has been. When the polls dip down, people say I'm going to lose my seat. One day perhaps I will, but at the moment I've won 4 elections in a row. I feel I'm delivering for my constituents.
Delivering. That seems to be the promise, as Boris Johnson's party goes on for now. Anushka Astana in Tiverton, Devon.